Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Maths Made Easy by Shirley. Today's topic is on factoring quadratics. So, we have here 5 different problems that will illustrate different cases on how you will factor quadratics. Let's start with the first one. By the way, all of these givens are all in the standard form of quadratic equations. Now let's start with x squared positive 5x plus 6. First, we prepare 2 sets of binomial, expecting that the factors of this quadratic are 2 binomials. So next is check the last term. The sign of the last term is positive. So therefore, we will expect that the 2 binomials are both positive. We move now to factoring. We factor x squared as x. So we put that as both the first terms of the 2 binomials. Next, we factor 6, the last term. How do we factor 6? That the sum will be equal to the middle term, which is 5. If we will think of the factors of 6, we are given 6 and 1, or 2 and 3. In those 2 pairs, we say that 2 and 3 has the sum of 5. Therefore, we will use that. So we have 2 and 3. Let us check if these are really the factors of our first quadratic equation. Let's say, which is x squared plus 5x plus 6. To check that, we need to equate each binomial to 0. X plus 2 equals 0. So we are on checking. So x plus 2 equals 0. X will be then equal to negative 2. Why? Because we move positive 2 to the right side of the equation, and automatically, therefore, that becomes negative. In the same way, if we have x plus 3 equals 0, therefore x equals negative 3. These are therefore the solution to the equation or the value of x in this given equation. Let us further check this one, if these are really the solutions of the given quadratics. So again, checking by substitution. From the given general equation, we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. Substituting negative 2 is squared plus 5 times negative 2 plus 6 equals 0. Negative 2 squared is 4. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10 plus 6 equals 0. Combine, that is 10 minus 10 equals 0. 0 equals 0. Next, so we have proven that the first value of x is correct. Now let's move to the second one. We again substitute that using substitution to the original problem. We have negative 3 squared plus 5 times negative 3 plus 6 equals 0. So squaring negative 3, that is 9. 5 times negative 3, that is negative 15, plus 6 equals 0. 9 plus 6 is 15. Minus 15 is 0. 0 equals 0. So we have proven that these two solutions or values of x are both correct to the given equation. We move to the next quadratics. We have 3a squared positive 8a plus 4. Again, we will have two binomials here. Checking again, the last term, which is positive, we again expect that the two binomials are both positive. Now, this is the challenge. We multiply 3 times 4, that is 12. So, regardless first of our variable a. So, from here, we think of the factors of 12 that will be equal to, the sum will be equal to 8. So, what are the factors of 12? We have 6 and 2. We have 12 and 1. We have 3 and 4, obviously. But in all these given pairs, the first one will give you the sum of 8. So we need to use this first pair. Let us apply now that in our binomials. The first term is 3a squared, which we can factor that as 3a and a. So that comes as both first terms of the binomials. Next, we will apply your 6 and 2. To get 6, I will multiply 3 by 2. But to get 4, I need to multiply 2 by 2. Okay. Therefore, these are the factors of this given trinomial, 3a squared plus 8a plus 4. Let us check again. 3a times a, 3a squared. 2 times a, that is 2a. 3a times 2, that is 6a. 6a plus 2a. So this is 2a. That is 6a. That will be equal to 8a. And for the last, multiplying both last terms, we have 2 times 2, that is 4. Therefore, these are the correct binomial factors of the given 3a squared plus 8a plus 4. Now, if you want to check that, you just apply the same methods. So, equate each factor, do 0, and find the value of x. After finding the value of x, you check it by substitution. Find out if you get the correct answer. Now, we move to the next problem. 5m squared negative 11m plus 2. Again, we prepare 2 sets of brackets. Now, this time, our last term is again positive. But take note of the middle term is negative. When the last term is positive, but the middle term is negative, expect that the two binomials will have negative. Okay? Let's multiply 5 by 2. That is 10. But because we have the last term equal to negative, we will find, therefore, factors of 10, which will give us the sum of negative 11. And what are those? That is negative 10 and negative 1. Negative 10 times negative 1, that is positive 10. But if you will get the sum of these two, that is negative 11. Okay? How will you distribute that here? So we start with 5m. What will you multiply to 5m to have a negative 10? That is, of course, negative 2, which you will place on the other binomial at the end, or the second term. So 5m times negative 2 is negative 10. Now what will you multiply to negative 2 to make it a positive 2? That is positive 1. Negative 1 times negative 2, that is positive 2. But let us multiply 5m to get your m squared. Of course, that is m. So 5m times m, that is 5m squared. 5m times negative 2, that is negative 10m. Negative 1 times m, that is negative m. Adding these two, so negative m, negative 10m, that is equal to negative 11m, which is the middle term. But multiplying negative 1 by negative 2, that is positive 2. Okay? Again, to check this, simply equate each binomial factor to 0 to find the value of x. To further check whether your value of x is correct, you just substitute it to the original equation. Let's move to the next problem. 8b squared negative b negative 1. Look at this. The last term is negative. The middle term is negative. Therefore, the binomials must be negative and positive. So positive, negative. Now, let us check the first term. That is 8b squared. Multiply that, or let us disregard again the variable b squared. So we have 8 times negative 1, that is negative 8. Negative 8. What are the factors of negative 8 that will give you a sum of negative 2? Negative 4 and 2, that is equal to negative 8. But if you get the sum of negative 4 and 2, that is equal to negative 2. Notice that the middle term negative, in the factors, the greater factor bears the negative sign. So how will you distribute that here? So we have 8b is squared. So we can have 4b times negative 1. So 4b times negative 1, that is negative 4b. Then next, we have to multiply this by 2b to get your 8b squared. And we have 1 times 1. Negative 1 is negative 1. Let us check again. 8b times 2b, that is 8b squared. 1 times 2b, that is 2b. 4b times negative 1 is negative 4b. So negative 4b. So this is 2b. Negative 4b. When you add these two, that becomes negative 2b. Positive 1 times negative 1, that is equal to negative 1. Therefore, these are the two binomial factors of this given trinomial 8b squared negative 2b negative 1. And again, to check, just equate each binomial factor to 0. You will find the value of the variable b, and whatever you found in here, to further check, you just substitute it to the given original equation. If you found it 0 equals to 0, then therefore the values you found is correct. Next, the last problem is 4x squared positive 4x negative 3. Again, we start with two sets of brackets. Again, notice that the negative, that the last term is negative. Okay? When the last term is negative, the factors of the binomials are negative and positive, or positive and negative. And also notice that the middle term is positive. Therefore, the greater value or the greater factor will have to bear the positive sign. Let us move to factoring. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. How will you factor negative 12 that will give you a sum of positive 4? That is negative 6 and 2. When you add negative 6 and 2, that becomes positive 4. Okay, so how will you do that here? So factoring 4x squared, that will give you 2x and 2x for the factors of 4x squared. Next, how will you get negative 6? When you multiply 2x by negative 3, that becomes negative 6x. When you multiply 2x by 1, that is 2x. Let us check. 2x times 2x, that is 4x squared. 1 times 2x, that is positive 2x. 2x times negative 3, that is negative 6x. Then you multiply the last terms. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Therefore, these are the factors of this given trinomial. So I hope that you learned today, and if there's any question, just the same, just comment below, and I will surely get back to you. Hope you enjoy watching and learning today. And for me to end up this, let me say, a man whose heart is full shares a fraction of his blessings. That's all for today, and bye for now. See you next time.